You're watching TCTV News, your only source for news and entertainment on campus.
Good morning. Today is Monday, November 9th. I'm Alicia Giddings.
And I'm Key Dennis with your TCTV News update. Justin Trudeau was sworn in this week as Canada's 23rd Prime Minister. Trudeau is notable for being the second youngest in Canadian history to serve as Prime Minister, and the first son of a previous minister to serve also. Trudeau's ascendancy marks a new liberal era for Canadian politics, and after a decade of conservatism under the previous leader, Stephen Harper. Ireland begins to push for a legalization of marijuana, cocaine, and heroin possessions. In contrast to U.S. drug policies, Irish politicians and health officials believe decriminalization and legalization will move the stigma from users and allow them to seek more effective treatments instead of heavy fines and prison time. Ireland is among several countries that want to move away from the old system of drug prohibition that many today feel is ineffective and outdated.
This week, the hacker group known as Anonymous published the names of over 1,000 members of the Ku Klux Klan and their associates of extreme racist groups. This happened after Anonymous hacked into the Twitter accounts of several KKK chapters and obtained private information about their members and activities. While the activist group claims, quote, "Some members of this list are quite dangerous, sociopathic individuals." The U.S. Anti-Defamation League Center on Extremism claims the data released was basically public source information. According to Reuters' website, the World Anti-Doping Agency, or WADA, is working on efforts to ban Kenya from international competition for 4 years. Kipchirchir Keino, an ex-Kenyan runner and chairman of the National Olympic Committee of Kenya, said that the WADA was seriously considering recommending Kenya to be banned from competitions for 4 years, including the 2016 Rio Olympics. Kenya Athletics had denied accusations of corruption and said they are trying to root out doping with their athletes. It is estimated that more than 35 Kenyan runners have failed drug tests in the last 3 years, including Rito Jeptu, winner of the Boston and Chicago marathons.
On Wednesday, the third Republican presidential debate was held in Boulder, Colorado, and broadcast on CNBC. There were 11 candidates, including Donald Trump, Ben Carson, Mike Huckabee, and Ted Cruz, among others at the event. Here at Thiel College, Professor Susan Richards presented a brief lecture before the debate in the Stam Lecture Hall as part of Pettis Presents series to discuss the presidential debate.
What they have said. And secondly, I want to talk about some nonverbal kinds of things that they do.
On Wednesday, several Greenville community members and business owners gathered in protest to the recent closing of Main Street. In early September, PennDOT made the decision to close Main Street after the Moss building was condemned. They closed the street due to the fear that the building could potentially collapse. Since this happened, the local businesses on Main Street have been affected financially due to dropping sales. The community is demanding that the street be reopened.
So I posted an Open the Street rally, started getting a bunch of responses, and so here we are. Took off great. I've been working every day trying to get the knowledge out there that we need help down here. We need this street open. Businesses are really suffering. Residents of Greenville, other business owners, everyone's standing together and getting the media in here and getting everyone aware of the situation.
Yeah, I'm Josh Stevens. I'm the mayor of Greenville. PennDOT made the decision that based on that initial engineer report that the building wasn't safe enough to allow anybody, traffic or pedestrian, through there. So they came in and shut it down that morning. Now we're going through the legal process, and that just takes time. No one in that building wants this Main Street shut down. Some of them work downtown. Some of them have businesses downtown. Nobody wants to see it like this. But unfortunately, if there's a threat to public safety, we have to follow the protocol, because if we didn't and something would happen, well, then we're liable as a borough. So right now, it's just, we feel the frustration. We're frustrated with them, but we have to wait for either the organization that's taking charge of the building to do something with it, or the courts to force their hand.
When we return, we'll have our latest in sports with TCTV News.
With the bad last play call of the Miami-Duke game last Saturday, the ACC gave the official crew a 2-game suspension. But now the ACC doesn't think that is good enough. The ACC Commissioner, John Swarford, released a statement Sunday listing the 4 errors the suspended crew made. Swarford should have said he was firing them also. John made the suggestion for the NCAA should go listen to Duke coach Dave Cutcliffe post-game call. Cutcliffe said the NCAA should have a process to reverse the outcome of the game. The ACC named the on-field crew that's been suspended, but the person in the booth who blew the call after a 9-minute delay remains unnamed.
After a press conference held Tuesday by the Tennessee Titans saying that the assistant head tight end coach Mike Mularkey was promoted to interim coach after the team's 1-6 start, which left Ken Wisenhunt jobless. According to ESPN, the owner of the Titans, Amy Adams Strunks, said that they were going in a different direction but would like to thank Ken for all he has done. That's it for sports this week. Tune in next week for all the great stories and events on campus, across the nation and around the world. I'm Alicia Giddings.
And I'm Key Dennis with your TCTV weekly news update.
You've been watching TCTV News, your only source for news and entertainment on campus.